This is God of War 3, my playthrough gamer review of it. And here we go with the load screens. Great load screens on the PlayStation 3. They take quite an immense long amount of time. That was me editing it out. And when you finally get to the gameplay, you will be opened up to some just amazing presentation in this fantastically crafted game. The graphics are they're intense, to say the least. A lot of really good art styles going on here. Everything looks crisp. Nothing looks lazily slapped together. I haven't really come across any set pieces that look, horribly designed or Nintendo 64 like or anything like that. Everything in this game is pretty well produced, as you can see. Cutscenes look great, and this part in particular just looks fantastic. When you're in the water, getting attacked by these souls, these lost souls, the water just looks great when you're swimming through it. The video game is it's really pretty. It's really crisp, nice graphics in 720p on my HD TV, and of course cutscenes retain this and quite easily. You know, cutscenes, when you're going from gameplay to cutscenes, it's very smooth, very fluid. And speaking of gameplay, this is God of War gameplay. Some of the platforming that you can do in the game, which is decent enough. It works for the game. Some of it feels a little out of place, but it breaks up the monotony of this awesome combat, which is paradoxical, but the combat is awesome in itself. It's just great combat. A lot of blood flying everywhere. Feels impactful when you're playing. Your controller rumbling as you play, it feels nice, and you can't deny these eagle wings on any level. Here's some more of the combat. Just fantastic combat. It flows very well. You can see his little blade whip things flying around the screen. Looks fantastic while you're playing. Looks awesome. It's just a great, awesome game, especially when you grab a hold of these characters and do those awesome little cutscene things. And here's the upgrade system, which is pretty good. It's very simple and it's pretty effective in its own simplicity, but I guess it could be better. This is part of the gameplay working very well, me fighting against two three-headed dog thingies. But this you can see the combat working very well until I start to get owned, because at the same time the combat is great, but it's also a challenge, which adds another dimension to combat, as it won't just be boring unless you initiate one of these QuickTime events, which are notorious in the series, and all I can say about it is that they're decent. The blue orbs here, working in their orb system, the blue orbs give you magic points. The red orbs here give you points to unlock and upgrade your weapons, which is simple yet effective. And these green orbs give you health, of course. Duh. Okay, in the next scene you will see me right here. The camera angles can be a little odd at times. As you can see there, it worked. It's a little, you have to fight against it a little bit, but most of the time it looks wonderful, and the presentation of the game just looks great. These save points, though, they're a little odd. Anyway, here's the verdict. God of War 3 is a fantastic hack and slash game for the PS3. Great action game all around. Awesome story, epic characters, very good voice acting in some areas. Some areas are amazing voice acting, and some areas are pretty decent, but there's nothing shitty in the voice acting department of this game. It looks great, it plays great, it sounds great. It's just an awesome way to bring in some Greek mythology into some epic action packed gameplay. And I know this game's a few years old by now, but guess what? It holds up just as well as it did back then. Looks fantastic. God of War 3 on the PlayStation 3. Go get it. If you have a PlayStation 3, go get it. It's not you shouldn't buy a PlayStation 3 just for this game, but if you have a PlayStation 3, definitely purchase this now. Thanks for watching a Playthrough Gamer review. This is my first review, so let me know how I did. If you want to see more reviews like this, please leave a comment, like, maybe even subscribe if you're feeling generous. Thanks, everyone.